Okay, folks, let's be honest. When you're scrolling down your social networking, maybe you see somebody who, I don't know, their smile looks a little different. Maybe their lips look a little more full, and you've wanted to know more, but haven't had the right opportunity to ask questions about lip fillers. Well, we are going to change that today. And I get to welcome to the show Dr. Shirley Solomon, who is a board certified physician and master cosmetic injector. Dr. Solomon, welcome to the show today. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for having me today.
So let's talk about enhancing the good old pout, because I know I'm hearing more and more people do that. I think I'm seeing it more and more. It really is something that a lot of people are enjoying, what their pouts look like when they're just a little more amped up, right?
Yes, it's definitely a popular topic.
What do you need to know? I mean, let's start from the beginning. Say people are like, yes, this is something I'm interested in. Let's talk about that initial conversation that we should be having.
Every anatomy is different. Every presentation is different. So I would say first, talk to your own medical doctor and express to them what is important to you, whether it's volume, whether it's shape, whether it's the smaller lines or just your appearance in general. So those are conversations to be had. All the details are important. As long as they know what it is you're trying to achieve and that you go to someone who's well trained, then you should be able to have better results, because then they know what it is that you want.
And of course, I feel like there's a lot of myths out there too. You know, people maybe know what they don't want to have happened, and with the myths that go around there, those can be a little scary. What are some of the myths you hear that you would like to clarify today?
So there's quite a few of these myths. The biggest one I want to say by far is that lip fillers don't look natural. And I think it's reasonable that that myth is out there, because that one person who has overly plump lip is very noticeable. And all of those natural looking enhanced lips go unnoticed. So I would say natural lookingness. And as long as a patient, again, goes to a well-trained provider who utilizes good products. I tend to use JUVEDERM Ultra XC and JUVEDERM Volbella XC for lips. Then using proper techniques, you can actually have very natural looking lips. The second myth I would say is that it's expensive. And surprisingly, there's some surveys that show people are surprised that it actually is less expensive than they had anticipated. The third one I would say is that it's time consuming. It takes me at least 20 to 40 minutes, and then people are out and about and they're able to resume their normal daily activities. And those common side effects, like with any injectable, bruising, tenderness, and swelling, only last up to about maybe 2 weeks. So I'd say those are the three top most common myths.
Before we run out of time, we only have a little bit of time left. Let's talk treatment options.
My two favorite products, as we just mentioned, I like using JUVEDERM Ultra XC for lips for plumping, and I like using JUVEDERM Volbella for chasing those fine lines, the rhytids, we call them smoker lines or granny lines, lipstick lines. Those tend to come out very natural looking with proper technique. And especially with the fact that since 16 years ago, when they launched, there's been 100 million syringes sold so far. So that speaks to their safety, their popularity. Injectors and consumers alike tend to gravitate towards those fillers. As for candidates for fillers, you have to be at least 21, not be breastfeeding, should not be pregnant, physically and emotionally, you have to be healthy, and no severe allergies, anaphylactic reactions, and things like that. Anything that's inside of the filler you should not be allergic to, such as hyaluronic acids or lidocaine, for example, and no implants or silicone.
You know what? I'm so glad we were able to talk about this today. We've been sharing the website, juvederm.com, on the bottom of the screen, where you can go for more information. And I like how you started this segment by saying it's the ones you don't even know have it for the natural looking lips. Thank you so much for being with us today.